everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Hey, if you're new here, you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Today is June 25th, so we're going to be doing a what sold on eBay video today. We're looking at June 10th through the 23rd. So basically the last 2 weeks of sales on our eBay platform. Just like always, I have pulled up every single plush sale to share with you, as well as highlights from the other categories that we sell in. We sold a lot of plush, which was really surprising. We are getting into summer. Actually, I was going to say we're in the middle of summer, but according to the calendar, we're only like a couple days in. But it is the summertime. This is usually when you start to see the summer slowdown. And plushies typically sell really good in Q4. But we had a lot of plush sell in the last 2 weeks. So we're going to look at all of those. You can see all the tabs along the top. And then we'll get into the highlights of the other categories. Let's start with this Warmies Giraffe. Warmies is a good brand. These plushies typically have a scent and they're microwavable. So they're meant to be microwaved so that they're warm and have like a nice lavender scent to help children sleep. The warmth will soothe them. These are pretty popular. This one sold for $9 on a best offer plus $13 shipping. Next, we have a single pair of Build-A-Bear underwear. When I tell you all that Build-A-Bear clothing does well, I mean it. Someone paid $6.74 plus $5 shipping, over $11 for a pair of Build-A-Bear underwear. Strip those Build-A-Bears and sell everything separate. You'll make more money. Unless you clearly have a bear that's a theme. Like if you have an Iron Man bear in an Iron Man costume, you want to sell it together, but you want to take into account when you price it that you have the outfit as well. We have a Jurassic Park Velociraptor plush. This sold for $6.18. This was also on our clearance of 50% off, so it's an older plush we're just trying to get rid of, and $7 shipping on him. This is a Wild Republic hummingbird. I took $9.89 on the best offer, plus $5.50 shipping. Wild Republic's a good brand. A lot of the stuff nowadays, especially these smaller ones, aren't going to price as high, but the larger ones that are more realistic do well. We have got a smaller, lower end Paw Patrol. This is Thai. Some of the Build-A-Bear Paw Patrols and the official Nick Jr. Paw Patrols, especially the larger ones, can sell for a lot more. And if you have the less saturated characters. Chase, the police dog, is a main character. There's tons of him listed. If you can find the more obscure characters from the movies and stuff, they do sell for a little bit more. And of course, him being a Thai plush just aren't worth anything no matter what they are. He sold for $4.74 plus $5 shipping. This is a Build-A-Bear dog that I have had around for a long time. He did start his life out at $18 all in, and he's at 50% off now. So it took him down to $6.87 plus the $7 shipping. I did accept the best offer of $5 on him as well. So he sold for $13 all in, including sales and offers, but he was still priced at right where he should be. So Build-A-Bears, like I said, their clothing is worth a lot. You always want to try to sell those separate. You can sell a single t-shirt or a single pair of underwear for like $5 or $6. The plain plushies like this, you want to start them at 18. However you break that down, I usually do like around 11 plus 7 shipping. If it's old and you need to move it, you can take offers. You can run a 50% off sale, but you can see that mine still is listed where it should be. If you have any questions about that or if that doesn't make sense, let me know in the comments. Because nobody should be racing to the bottom or trying to get their fast nickel or beat out the other guy by pricing lower. You always want to price higher at market value and then run sales if you want to clearance out old items or have yours sell first. Gans Webkin Moose Beanbag. Again, this is another one we're clearancing out. Anything that's older than 2023, we're running these 50% off sales on. He sold for $4.37 plus $5.50 shipping. If you do a high volume business, especially with really long tail, slower items like Plush, you are going to have items that sit around for a couple years before they eventually sell. That's normal for this business model. If you're selling in different categories that have a higher sell-through rate, that's not normal. But don't think that you're doing something wrong or we're doing something wrong if what we're doing is different. If you sell clothing and Plush, especially if you have 4,000 plus active listings and you're doing high volume, low bread and butter prices, you're going to have a lot of items on hand. And some of them are going to sit for a while. That is completely normal. If you need room, if you just want to get rid of stuff that's over a year, you can always run sales like we do, clearance items out. Here's a little tiny pound puppy. I took a best offer of $427 on him, plus $550 shipping. You can see that no matter the price, we do list all of our items that we get. We buy everything wholesale and bulk buys. So I try to list everything out of every lot, from the $4 plushies all the way up to the $100 plushies. I just try to prioritize the higher cost items and the ones that are going to move more quickly to get those listed first. This is Bashful the dwarf. This is an official Disney store, which sometimes these Disney store plush are very disappointing once you get them home and comp them. He was around a like $13 plush. He is on the 50% off, which means he's been sitting for a while too. So if you don't like to have filler items or bread and butter items, always comp everything before you buy it. If you're buying one-offs or one at a time at stores, if you buy bulk buys and you do wholesale like we do, I do suggest listing everything. Just try to prioritize it. I will tell you, Disney Store and Disney Parks is better than like Mattel and Hasbro Disney characters, but not all Disney Store plushies are created equal. Some Disney Store plushies can go for $200, some for $4. So just keep that in mind. This is another little poopy one that I went ahead and listed, but he sold fast. I will give him that. He sold for $809 on a best offer plus his $5 shipping. But he was only listed for a couple of weeks. He's just a vintage Russ Halloween. He looks like a Pooh, Winnie the Pooh wannabe, doesn't he? With his little pumpkin, but he sold within a couple of weeks. So that was surprising with him how fast he sold. We have a World of Eric Carlisle Very Hungry Caterpillar. This sold for $12.34 plus $5 shipping. And you can see we had a couple of him. Here's another Build-A-Bear piece of clothing. This is just a plain old singular piece of pajamas, like a onesie or whatever you want to call it. It's one piece of clothing. It's pajamas. And it sold for $8 plus $5 shipping. This is Gund. Gund is a really good brand. It's just some of the animals are very long tail and they don't all comp equally. And I think that's kind of the theme here. I think with a lot of plush, you're going to have some in every brand or every character or every movie or every cartoon or whatever that comp a lot higher than others. It just depends on oversaturation and the market value when you go to comp them. This guy was also 50% off and he sold for $6 plus $5.50 shipping. Here's a Disney 101 Dalmatians. This is Penny. Her tags are faded, so I couldn't tell you where she's from, Disney store or what, but she's very clearly Penny from the movie. So I was comfortable saying Disney 101 Dalmatians and that she's Penny. But if she looked more generic or wasn't obviously, I would not have been comfortable putting that. So keep that in mind if you have animals without tags where their tags are faded. If it's obviously Chase, if it's obviously Winnie the Pooh, like you can clearly say they are. But if you're unsure ever, don't put the health of your eBay account at risk by risking zeros and things like that. Penny sold for $5.81 plus $5 shipping. We've got Kohl's Cares Lucy from Peanuts. Speaking of characters that just don't comp like what you think they would, I always thought Peanuts was more popular, but maybe I'm an old fart and showing my age and no one cares about them anymore. Kohl's Cares does have some plush that sell for a lot of money, though. A lot of their plush are from like children's literature books. And so if you can find like the mouse from if you give a mouse a cookie, there's the monster brother and sister from Little Critters, I believe. Some of them do really well and some of them just don't. Lucy sold for $7.87 plus $5.50 shipping. We still got more plush to go. When I said we sold a lot of plush the last 2 weeks, we sold a lot of plush. Keep it up. Keep it going. I love it. Me Too Sleeping Baby Doll. This sold for $5.81 plus $5.50 shipping. This isn't anything I'm familiar with. You can see the tags have Chinese language on them. So I wasn't quite sure. I've never really heard of her or seen her before. I don't know what she's from. Hey, if you do know, let me know in the comments. And then if I ever get one of these again, I will be a little bit more educated. But I just Google imaged her and got a good title and stuff from doing that. We have a Carter's Child of Mine musical monkey. This monkey plays Bram's lullaby. It is meant specifically for infants. It has the soft cloth eyes. It plays music. It's for babies, meaning you can use the keyword lovey in your title. Loveys are typically square, small, like 12 by 12 security blankets with maybe like a plush doll or a plush animal in the middle. But you can use that term interchangeably for other plush that are meant for babies because it is a lovey. He sold for $11.81 on a best offer plus $5.50 shipping. Then we have a Build-A-Bear Siberian Tiger. So I had him up for $13.74, which on our normal 20% off sale that we run Monday through Friday, he would have been $11 plus the $7 shipping. So that's $18, right where he should be. And he was on our 30% off weekend sale, so he sold for $9.62 plus the $7 shipping. Sometimes with animals like this that are a little bit more not as common, I will start them at $20. But most of my just plain Build-A-Bear dogs, rabbits, bears, I start at $18. And some of the other ones that are more rare, I start at $20. Some I'll comp. Usually I don't. Vermont Teddy Bear. Took a best offer on him of $12.93 plus the $7 shipping. He's really cute. He was on sale for 50% off as well. So these do sell for a lot more, but if you sit on them for a while, you can run sales to clear them out. We have so much plush right now. Like we had decided to do the 50% clearance on all older items in all of the categories that we sell in, but we have 3 boxes of unopened plush in the garage still. And the ones that are listed, they just take up so much space. So I'm happy to be getting rid of some of these and consolidating down. But I like to do that with all of our inventory. If it's stale and it's been sitting around for a while, you want it to move and you want to get more stuff in. Even if you're a volume seller, you want to move that old stuff and just keep listing new stuff. This is a sloth, a purple one at that. Never heard of this brand before. So this was a new to me brand that I'd never heard of. But I like sloths in general, regardless of the brand. Sloths will sell pretty fast for stuffed animals, some really quick, and most, just a little bit faster than average. And then depending on their size and if they're realistic looking on their brand, they can go for a lot more money. This little purple one sold for $12.34 plus $5 shipping. And this is the last bit of plush that we sold in the last 2 weeks. This is an example of how I sometimes will list our poop items. I just kind of lot them together to get a little bit more money out of it. So I made an ocean lot, and that's kind of what you want to keep in mind if you're making lots. All farm animals, all ocean animals, all jungle animals, etc. They don't even have to all be the same brand or same sizes. Just lot them together. Some of these were the National Geographics, and some of these were just generic like Dollar Tree plushies. I just put them all together because they fit a theme. And you've got 5 plushies here that I listed for $10 plus $5.50 shipping. And I did take a best offer of $8.99 on these. And altogether, they weighed like 4 ounces. So they all fit in one small 9x12 poly bag to ship. All right, we're going to get into some other highlights here that I want to talk about with you. Sometimes on this channel, I mention that jackets, shorts, and skirts, especially when it comes to denim, are almost their own thing when it comes to brands and pricing. There's a lot of jean shorts or cutoffs or booty shorts, whatever you want to call them, or denim jackets I'll sell for $20+ in brands that I could not pay people to take the full length jeans off of my hands. There are brands that I would not source jeans if they were 50 cents on sale at the thrift, but I would grab the shorts and the jackets all day long. They're just kind of like their own category. And this is a good example. International Concepts is kind of a poop brand anymore. It's not that great. Not to say that I wouldn't list the jeans if they came to me in a bulk buy or a thread-up box, but I would not source them on purpose. However, this really cool utility linen green jacket by a brand that's not that great sold for $13.49 on a best offer plus 8 shipping. So that's still over $20 for a jacket. So that's pretty good. Madewell is one of my favorite brands of jeans. I love them. I took a best offer of 20 on these plus the 8 shipping. We've got a Zara men's shirt new with tags. Now, if I'm to source these myself off the rack at the thrift, I would only get new with tags, to be honest with you. I have a lot of friends that do really well with Zara. They swear by Zara. They love this brand. They'll source it all the time. I personally don't do well with it. Whenever I comp it, I'm disappointed at the prices. This used to be a really good brand years ago. But to me, I think the prices comp way too low and they just take forever to sell. But the exception is, for me, always, if something's new with tags or a plus size or a men's big and tall, I don't care if it's a Walmart brand. If it's 99 cents, I'm going to thrift it, right? So the Zara new with tags sold for $19 plus $5.50 shipping. Oh, look, we have one more plushie that snuck over here. I had my tabs mixed up, but this is a nice little surprise. I forgot about him. This was my little German bear in his lederhosen. He actually sold really fast. He sold within a week of being listed. He's got German writing on his tag. He's got damage on his pants. And he still sold for $21.84 and $7 shipping. So that's a pretty good sale. He came to me in a wholesale. But if you ever see animals, bears, stuffed animals in these foreign costumes, comp them. See if you should get them. I mean, because even with his damage that we disclosed, the pants have discoloration. He sold for a pretty good amount for a plush. So he's cute too. And he sold fast. He was a really fast sale. Okay, so now we're into these overalls. Overalls kind of fall in with shorts and denim jackets like I was just talking about. Short overalls, or full-length overalls. I feel like the brand doesn't really matter. Nobo is a Walmart brand, and these sold for $16.19 plus 7 shipping. So still like $23 all in for some secondhand Walmart overalls. This is a vintage men's shirt. It's missing a button. It's a extra large. It's got a cool graphic on it. I got it for 99 cents a couple years ago. It has been sitting even in spite of the really cool graphic and the size. We did have it priced really high when we first comped it years ago. I think we got it in 21 or 22 in Florida. It comped pretty high. I did decide to put it on 50% off to see what happened. I took a best offer of 18 plus the 7 shipping just to get it out the door. Lane Bryant is a good bread and butter brand for women's plus size. This particular pair sold for $14.24 plus 8 shipping. Citizens of Humanity, this is still a great brand. I'm going to tell you about it, but if you start racing to the bottom and trashing the prices, I'm going to be upset. So don't do that. Look, you can get $50 for your Citizens of Humanity. I got $43, $42.99 plus 7 shipping. These are worth $50. So don't start trashing the market on these. This is like one of the very few brands left that are great. I don't find them often. I think on my own in the wild, I have maybe found 1 or 2 pairs ever. These usually come to me in thread-up boxes, to be honest. All right, now we have a jean jacket. Speaking of, this is Gap. This sold for $15 plus 8 shipping. It's a size small. We have a Cherokee uniform scrub top. So this is a men's. It's a polo shirt, but it is a scrub top as well. I sold 2 of these. I had exactly 2 of these. I always check the scrubs when I'm at the thrift store. And if they're 99 cents, I usually grab whatever's 99 cents. They had 2 of these men's medium Cherokee scrub tops that look like polos for men. And we sold 2 of them. And I had them up for $11 plus 7 shipping. And then I got 3 exciting pieces of jewelry to share with you. So I pulled out the highlights of our jewelry sales in the last 2 weeks just to kind of show you the highlights. Like, these are really exciting. We do pay about $6 a pound for our jewelry. It averages out to 75 cents a piece, give or take. It's $6 a pound. Most jewelry weighs about 2 ounces. Some a little bit more, a lot of it less, an ounce or less. So 50 to 75 cents a piece probably. So this is the wooden beaded carved test corn necklace. It's men's. Show you this. I got up close shots of it and everything. It sold for $31.24 plus $5.50 shipping. And this is a really nice carved wooden piece with the tusk. If you do buy bulk jewelry or you buy it one off or whatever, if you see these, you always want to get them up first. Every time I get anything like this up for men's jewelry, it does sell pretty quickly. Here's a bangle bracelet that's just like a black heart acrylic bangle. I use keywords like 90s and 80s, fashion. You could use retro. You could use vintage. Jewelry like this does do well. Bangle bracelets. This one sold for $24.99 plus 5 shipping. And then here's like another men's beaded tooth kind of boho necklace. Like I said, if you see these, you always want to get them. And you always want to get them listed quickly. This one sold for $24.99 plus $4.99 shipping. So those are all the plushies plus the highlights from our clothing and jewelry sales from the last 2 weeks. We looked at June 10th through June 23rd. Hopefully I'll be back next week. I'm still trying to get back on track of doing a what sold on eBay every week, but I did get into the habit of the bi-weekly, and it's just convenient. Now it's in my schedule to be bi-weekly, so I have to get myself back on track for weekly. I'll have a couple more videos coming out this week. It looks like I'm going to be able to do start doing a little bit more videos than I have been. We're still really focusing on building our eBay store up and some other stuff in the background, but I will be around. I will be putting out at least a couple videos a week. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. I do answer everybody. And join our Facebook group. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. It's a really great group of positive resellers. There's like never drama or negativity there by design. It's just a very positive group to learn in and make friends in. All right, guys, go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.